Good afternoon. It is Sunday, the 22nd. It is day 9 of Life in Quarantine with me, Sean Cardinale. The music playing right there is White Man Sleeps by Kronos Quartet off an album of theirs called Pieces of Africa. And it's some of the most beautiful music I've ever heard. It was introduced to me years ago by my now ex-wife, and it's just some of the most beautiful music ever. And it brings me a sense of calm and peace, which, interestingly enough, I just woke with today on Sunday, which for billions of people around the world is a day of rest, is a day of reflection, is a day for many of religious obligation, but I'm going to speak to that a little bit today without sort of the religious trappings and try to keep it spiritual and sort of evangelize without being an evangelist. Because I just wanted to share that today is just really introspective and quiet. I'm quieted and calm today. And what else could it be in an apartment by myself here, just watching the days go by? I've appreciated sharing them with you. I hope you've gotten something, if anything, even just entertainment, or a laugh or a chuckle out of any of this. But also, just again, I hope you receive the message in the way I've been trying to send it, which is to just share a bit, communicate a bit, connect a bit. And so back on to it being Sunday, I'm a very progressive cat. My good friends and coworkers know this. My family knows this. I also, at the same time, and it's not a contradiction for me, I also still practice the Catholicism with which I was raised. And I do it out of a love for the cultural trappings as well as the lessons that I hear or read from the texts that are thousands of years old. A lot of that text, as is well known and documented historically, has been corrupted, has been turned, is used precisely for the opposite reasons in which it was originally written. And I just wanted to share that it's also Lent. So as a Catholic, this is a more introspective time. This is a time for self-reflection, and it's just kind of odd that that happened the same time that so many of us are having more time availed us outside of our control to take advantage precisely of that function, to sit and reflect and be peaceful and maybe evaluate what we're doing, where and why, how and to whom. I just woke today again with a sense of peace. I didn't have the inertia that I've had the last couple of days that, I was sort of working through with, Hawaiian shirts and music and the whole nine. And I read, because churches here in New Mexico have been shut down like they are many different places. I'm a lector. I still read at Mass. I have since I was like 9 years old. So I still read every now and then at Mass. And I'm also a member of the African American Catholic community of the Archdiocese of Santa Fe. Very long name for a very profoundly loving and wise group of community elders, of church elders, black folks who come together with our sort of combined shared history as African Americans and as Catholics. And when I moved out here 15 years ago to New Mexico, I kind of looked around coming from California and was like, okay, where are the black folks at? And I sought these groups, civic and political and religious. So I found this group of wonderful people from whom I've learned tons. And I get a booklet from them every year to help me with my lecturing. And because churches have been shut down, I just read through like the last 3 weeks of mass readings. And I'm going to end pretty quickly today, so that again, it's less sermon sounding and more just to share that today, first time in weeks that I've cracked the scripture open, the psalm that was on was the famous one that people who aren't even religious may know, which is, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." And I just thought how amazing to translate that, regardless of a person's background, belief system, or lack thereof, whatever you do, but just to maybe think of this time as, love is our shepherd, Mother Earth is our shepherd, hope, mercy. These are the shepherds, these are the functions of our humanity that we can share with one another while we are all going through this pretty difficult time. So that is all I have today. A little more quiet, a little more introspective, a lot of gratitude for the upbringing that I've had culturally, spiritually, religiously. And I just wonder, what can you think on today? What can we all keep thinking on as we go through this situation that, again, literally pulls us apart or keeps us siloed in our respective homes, but in the end could have a really incredible opportunity to bring us back together, when perhaps the last couple years, especially the last 4 or 5 years, but really the last decade or two, where there's been a lot of pulling apart socially, and spiritually and politically. So, leave you with that. Have a great Sunday, and they'll be back again to talk to you all tomorrow. Paz y luz. Bye-bye.